Welcome back with a new math tutorial. In this video, we will talk about operation and scientific notation. How can we evaluate the expression with the scientific notation? So in question number 1, we have 7.2 multiplied by 10.6 times 10 to the power 4. At the first, I will multiply 7.2 times 1.6. By multiplying, you will find that the answer will be equals 11.52. Then I will multiply 10. 10 to the power 3 multiplied by 10 to the power 4. Just we write 10 and we add the power because they have the same base and we multiply. So we'll just add the power. So it will be 10 to the power 7. You will find that 11.52 is not in scientific form because we said in the scientific form we have a multiplied by 10 to the power n. And a must be greater than or equals 1 and smaller than 10. It means we just need one digit at the left of the decimal point. So we have here two digits. Just we will move the decimal between the 11. So it will be 1.152 times. We just move the decimal point one place to the left. It means the power now will be increased by 1. Because we said once we have here a number is greater than 1, it means the power now will be positive. We just move one place. It means the power will be increased by 1. You will find the same in question number 2. 8.4 times 10 to the power 2 multiplied by 2.5 times 10 to the power 6. We will just multiply the two numbers together. 8.4 times 2.5, the answer now will be equals to 21 times 10 to the power 2 times 10 to the power 6. Just we write 10 and we will add the power, so it will be 8. Now 21 is not the scientific form. So we just put the decimal point between 1 and 2. So it will be 2.1 times. Now we just move the decimal point one place to the left. It means the power now will be increased by 1. So the answer will be 2.1 multiplied by 10 to the power 9. In question number 3, we have 2.63 times 10 to the power 4 multiplied by 1.2 times 10 to the power negative 3. So all what we have to do, just multiply the number by the number. 2.63 multiplied by 1.2 is equals to 3.156 times. Just we will multiply 10 times 10. So write 10 and we add the power. 4 plus negative 3 equals to 1. You will find that 3.156 is written in the scientific form. So the answer now will be equals 3.156 multiplied by 1 raised to the power 1. In question number 4, we just multiply the number by the number. So we have 2.6 multiplied by 1.9. By multiplying, you will find that the answer will be equals 4.94 times 10 to the power 5 times 10 to the power 2. Just we write 10, and by adding the power it will be equal to 7. There is only one digit at the left of the decimal. It means this number written in the scientific form. So the answer now will be equals 4.94 multiplied by 10 to the power 7. In question number 9, we have 8.36 times 10 to the power 8 divided by 2.7 multiplied by 10 to the power 8. Just we will divide the number by the number. 8.37 divided by 2.7. So the answer now will be equals 3.1 times 10 to the power 8 divided by 10 to the power 3. Just we will write 10 and we will subtract the power. 3.1 multiplied by 10 to the power 5 is written in the scientific form. In question number 10, 1.14 multiplied by 10 to the power 6 divided by 4.8 times 10 to the power negative 6. So we'll just divide 1.14 divided by 4.8. It will be equals 0.2375 times 10 to the power 6 divided by 10 to the power negative 6. We will just write 10 and subtract the power. 6 minus negative 6, the answer now will be equals to 12. You will find that this number is not written in scientific form because we just need one digit at the left of the decimal point. This digit cannot be equal to 0. So we just need to move the decimal point one place to the right. So it will be 2.375. Once we have a decimal number, it means the power now will be negative. We just move the decimal point one place to the right. It means the power now will be negative 1. So it will be 10 to the power 12 plus negative 1, the answer now will be equals to 11. Again one more time. Once we move the decimal point to the left, it means that we have a number is greater than 1. So we'll just count how many places that we move, then add it to the power. But once we move the decimal point to the left, it means we have a decimal number. Because we have a decimal number, so the number now will be negative. So we just subtract how many placements that we move from the power. We just move one place to the right, it means I will subtract 1 from 12. So the answer now will be equals to 11. In question number 11, we have 9 times 10 to the power negative 11 divided by 2.4 multiplied by 10 to the power 8. Just I will divide 9 divided by 2.4. By dividing, you will find that the answer will be equals 3.75 times. We have 10 and 10, just we write 10. By subtracting the power, it will be equals to negative 90, because negative 11 minus 8 equals to negative 90. You will find that this number written in the scientific form. We can find the same in question number 12. 9.45 multiplied by 10 to the power 10 divided by 1.5 multiplied by 10 to the power 6. So it will be equals 9.45 divided by 1.5, the answer will be equal 6.3 times. Just we write 10. 10 to the power 10 divided by 10 to the power 6, all what we have to do, just we subtract the power, so it will be equals to 4. So the answer now will be equals 6.3 multiplied by 10 to the power 4. So even in multiplication or division, for multiplication we will multiply the two numbers together and multiply the two numbers together. Then write the answer in the scientific form. For division we will divide the number by the number and 10 by 10. Then write the answer in the scientific form. Once we move the decimal point to the left, we will just count how many places that we move to the left, then add it to the power. But if we move the decimal point to the right, we will just count how many places that we move to the right, then subtract it from the power. For adding and subtracting, you will find that little bit different. At the first, we have 1.263 multiplied by 10 to the power 9 minus 1.525 multiplied by 10 to the power 7. We need to make sure that we have two numbers written in the scientific form. At the first, we will take the smallest power of 10 as the common factor. We have 10 to the power 9 and 10 to the power 7. The smallest one now will be 10 to the power 7, so I'll just take it as the common factor. Then multiply, then open the bracket. Just we write the number 1.263 times 10 to the power 9 divided by 10 to the power 7. The remainder now will be equals 10 to the power 2. Then write minus. If the sign now is minus, will be minus. If that's plus, will be plus for multiplying or dividing. If the question is multiplying, multiply the number by the number and 10 by 10. For dividing, we'll just divide the number by the number and 10 by 10. For adding and subtracting, we'll just take a common factor, then continue solving. The second number, we'll just write it without any change. Then we have 10 to the power 7 divided by 10 to the power 7 equals 1. So it will be equal. Just write 10 to the power 7. Then multiply. By solving the operation by using the calculator, you will find that the answer will be equals 124.775. You will find that this number is not in scientific form because the number now we have 3 digits at the left of the decimal. It means we just need to move the decimal point 2 places to the left. So it will be 1.24,775 multiplied by 10. Once we move the decimal point 2 places to the left, it means the power now will be increased by 2. So it will be equals 10 to the power 9. If we move the decimal point to the left, it means the power will be increased. But once we move the decimal point to the right, the power now will be decreased. In question number 22, you'll find that we have one number in scientific form and the other one in standard form. So we need to convert both of them to be in scientific form. The first without any change. 10.3 multiplied by 10 to the power 5 plus the second number. If you need to write it in scientific form, put the decimal point between 2 and 7. So it will be 2.7 times. We have here 6 digits at the right of the decimal. It will be 10 to the power 6. Now it will be equal. The smallest 10 that we have here, or the smallest power, which is 10 to the power 5. That will be a common factor. Now just write the first number, which is 6.3. 10 to the power 5 divided by 10 to the power 5 equals 1. And you just write 2.7, then divide 10 power 6 divided by 10 to the power 5 equals 10. So just multiply it by 10. Now will be, we will just write 10 to the power 5 times. By multiplying the number using the calculator, you'll find that the answer now will be equals 33.3. If you look at the number, you will find that this number is not written in scientific form. Just we need to move the decimal point one place to the left. Once we need to move the decimal point to the left, it means the power now will be increased. So the number now will be 3.33 times 10 to the power. We move one place to the left, it means the power will be increased by 1, so the power now will be equal to 6. In question number 23, we'll find that we have 8.9 times 10 to the power 9 plus 4.2 multiplied by 10 to the power 6. The two numbers that we have now are written in scientific form. Now we have the smallest power for 10, which is 10 to the power 6. It will be at the common factor, times. You will find that the remainder from the first bracket, which is 8.9 times 10.9 divided by 10.6 equals 10 to the power 3, plus the remainder from the second bracket, which is 4.2. 10 power 6 divided by 10 to the power 6 is equals to 1. Now we will find the value of the bracket. You will find that the value of the bracket now will be equals 8904.2 times 10 to the power 6. Now this number is not written in scientific form. We just need to put the decimal point between 8 and 9. It means we just need to move the decimal point 3 places to the left. So the power now will be increased by 3. So it will be 10 to the power 9. Now the number in scientific form will be 8.9042. By the same, we will find question number 24. In question number 24, you will find that the smallest power is 10 to the power 6. Will be at the common factor, because the two numbers written in scientific form. Now open the bracket. The remainder from the first one, which is 9.64 times. We have 10 to the power 8 divided by 10 to the power 6 equals 10 to the power 2 minus the remainder from the second bracket, which is 5.29, and 10 power 6 divided by 10 power 6 equals to 1. Now we need to find the value of the bracket. Value of the bracket equals 958.71 multiplied by 10 to the power 6. Now we will find that this number is not written in scientific form. We just need to move the decimal point 2 places to the left. 2 places to the left, it means the power will be increased by 2. So it will be 10 to the power 6. And the number now will be equals 9.5871. And that's how can we solve any operation for any number written in scientific form.